So right now I am in Tonto, bugums. I am in Tonto National Forest, and I don't know what the difference is between a national forest and a national park, but I'd like to know, so I'll do research when I get back because I don't really have signal. And the sun, as you can see, is very nice, but it's such beautiful weather. Look at these, they're so massive. Look. And then you should see, look at, like, my view is so crazy. I'll show you, look. It's so beautiful here, guys. I love like the woods and stuff a lot, but like deserty areas are pretty cool too. Like, this is so cool. These cacti look so big. Like, oh my god. It's so cool. Look at that. That's where I just walked from.
Seems so through, I'll get out. Had to run home to get home. Who do I wanna know? I wanna get away from your song. I don't know much. I don't know much.
I am in Sliding Rock Park right now, I think it's called. It's a state park. Guys, low-key, it's prettier than the Grand Canyon. Hello. Welcome to this little vlog. I just got back from traveling, as you saw the little clips and stuff, and it is crunch time now because the spring semester is starting and I teach starting tomorrow, and I just have a bunch of things that I'm working on. I thought that I would bring you guys along with me for this like weekish, because it's Sunday, have a productive week together. So I also wanted to give you guys some like reading updates and stuff, give you guys also a low buy / no buy update because it is the first, well actually no, it's the 2nd of February, but I am going to be checking in with myself, if not on here, every month on how that's going because I have a confession to make. So I actually, while I was traveling, acquired 2 books. So this is a little itty bitty book haul, but I will explain, okay? So I got 2 books while I was in Arizona. One of them was from a little free library. I love to just leave books in the ones that I see, especially if there's books that I'm unhauling, and then later on if I see one that I want in a different one, I'll pick one up. Just, I love that system. And I found Book Lovers by Emily Henry, which was the first Emily Henry that I read and I really liked, so wanted her on my shelf. And then I did buy one book, and that is Parable of the Sower by Octavia E. Butler. I'm actively reading it. I picked this up because there were 2 books on my wish list that I had wanted to get decent copies of so that I could read them and own them. They are part of the banned books list, so I wanted to like own a physical copy if I could, and I found this at an independent bookstore changing hands in Phoenix. So I did buy 1 book, but I think as long, like me personally, I think as long as I stay between 1 to 2 books a month maximum, and I'm actively reading my TBR, like my physical TBR shelf, we're good. Which leads me to talking about a few of the books that I read while I was traveling as well. So I was obviously reading this. I finished Enter Ghost, which was for my reading vlog. I also finished A Clockwork Orange. I read it as an audiobook and it was so crazy. It has its own language, which was really crazy and really hard to like get used to at first, but it was a good read. I'm glad that I read it. It was very interesting, to say the least. Those are some book updates. Right now I'm just kind of getting through Parable of the Sower. I did hear about this book. It's called The Eyes Are the Best Part. And I heard about it because when I was working earlier in this past week and I was like looking at like query letter examples and whatever for the book that I've been working on, I came across someone, like the author had posted in Reddit, the subreddit pub tips, and her like query letter, it was an example she posted there and she was like trying to get feedback on it, and it was so interesting. Like the letter was so good, and I ended up like going into a little bit of a rabbit hole and I found out about this book. I found the audiobook and I've started listening to that as well. It's what is it? It's literary horror. So we haven't gotten to the horror parts yet because I literally just started reading it, but so far it's been really interesting. So I'm excited to see where that one goes. And then also this week I am starting teaching from tomorrow, which is tomorrow's Monday. It's also my last semester teaching this class in this school, which is bittersweet. I've been trying to catch up. I did some lesson planning earlier today and some planning of like the different readings that I want to give my students. And the rest of today is really just going to be to continue getting ready for tomorrow and kind of for the semester as a whole. So yeah, come along with me, basically. Good morning. Breakfast, my water bottle, my phone's on top of my water bottle. I'm about to put on my makeup and get ready for school. First day.
I think you're right. I was thinking of myself. Never asking for your help. And when it's right, it comes down to something else. I can't do it by myself. Wanna hold it in my hands.
Hello. It is Tuesday and I just got ready to go to the gym. I haven't been in literally months ever since I stopped going regularly because of my thesis, and I stopped going because I had to focus on that and get so much work done, and then there was grading and whatever and a bunch of excuses. And I realized very recently that I really do need to start going regularly. So we're going to the gym. Probably won't spend too much time there, but I'm hoping to walk for a decent amount of time.
The stress it went so far away from where I go.
Okay, hello. It is Thursday. I don't think I updated on Wednesday because I was just like really busy. I got home late, just sat down and like got a bunch of work done. I'm gonna show you guys like what I have done. I took off all my postcards from my wall in front of my desk and started writing out every single like chapter of my book, and I've pasted it on there, and then I've added like other ones that are highlighted that are things that I need to add or change. So it's looking a little daunting, but I do think that I've been more productive than most times. Sorry, my chair keeps squeaking. Yeah, I finished reading through my manuscript earlier in the week, and then I sat down and I made a bunch of notes. I made the little like index card type of things over there. I've been listening to more audiobooks than picking up my physical books or my Kindle, and that's just because I have been like busy doing other things like chores and whatever, and as I'm doing that I'm listening to the audiobooks as opposed to, obviously I can't like hold my book in one hand, wash dishes in the other. So I'm still listening to The Eyes Are the Best Part. I don't know why, and it's not, I don't think it's the book's fault, because honestly the book's been so good so far. I don't think I read a lot of like literary horror. The only other book that comes to my mind right now that I've read before is Tender as the Flesh, which was also so insane. Basically it's about this girl, her mother tells her that eating fish eyes brings good luck around the same time that her dad ends up leaving her mother and their family. And once her mother starts dating this white man, the girl, the main character, starts like obsessing over this idea of like eating fish eyes, which translates eventually to like eating the white man's eyes for good luck, and in the hopes that that will bring her dad back. And that's kind of like the main premise of the book. It's been really interesting. I just think that the writing is so clear and like straight to the point, but also very evocative and like details that like kind of put you in the story. So I've been really enjoying that. But I did stop listening to it earlier in the week, so I think I haven't actually listened to it since Monday, and I think I have like 50% left. And instead I picked up Dolly Alderton's memoir, Everything I Know About Love, which I picked it up. I think this is actually what happened. I realized that I have like 20 hours or 15 hours on Spotify that I need to use, because like I make it a goal to use those hours every single month. And so I was like, okay, let me just like go see what's available. And I saw that that was there, and I did want to listen to it. I decided to just pick it up, and it was actually so interesting. It is a memoir, so obviously it's about her life and like different experiences that she's had. I'll get into it later on once I've finished it, but I will say that it actually has made me cry multiple times. And specifically today, this morning, I almost picked up my camera to like just video record the fact that I was crying, because I was like, what is wrong with me? I'm just like tears coming down my eyes. But I ended up just being like, no, I'm just gonna, you know, breathe through this moment and not like put a camera in my own face. It did make me really emotional. And I think her writing is just so great. Like, I really liked Good Material, but I will say I'm liking her memoir more. I'm almost done with that. I think I'm like 70 or 80% of the way through, so I'll probably get it done today. But really quickly, I want to show you guys like my little wall. Obviously I'm not going to show you like the writing that clearly, because it is my like the entire plot of my book, but I will show you guys like from a distance. And you can also see the weather. It didn't snow that much, but it snowed a lot, and then it also like iced over because of the really freezing temperatures. Like my school got canceled, my friend's school in Michigan got canceled, and yeah, so been home all day. I was gonna go to the gym again today, but I just was not willing to drive in this. I have slid in the snow like 3 times. Yeah, I think 3 times in my life in the last like 6 years, because before 6 years ago I had never lived in a place that it snowed so much, and like it scares me so much. So anyways, let me show you guys my wall. Purposefully dark, and that is how snowy and crazy it is outside. That's all there. Ever since I've done that, I've been in a little bit of like a procrastination slash like I'm scared mental state, because it feels like a lot of work. But I think I'm gonna try to get myself to work on that a little bit later in the night. I haven't really picked up a physical book in a minute, and I'm missing it, so I'm probably gonna also read. Like, I think I'm gonna read first. I don't have much to do for the rest of the day, thankfully. I'm gonna read first, and then I'm going to write later on in the night, hopefully, if I don't like procrastinate more, because I'm scared. But I have been tabbing and highlighting certain parts of it that I'm really enjoying so far. I'm on page 113 out of 329, so about 1/3 of the way through, I think, a little over 1/3 of the way through. My math's not strong, so if I'm wrong, I apologize. But there's that, and then I also want to open this microphone. My cousin was watching my videos, which I didn't even know that he was watching my videos, but my cousin was watching my videos, and then he sent me a message on Instagram and was like, hey girl, you need a microphone. So I was like, okay. So I'm also gonna open this right now if you want to unbox it with me. It just feels awkward, like, but I'm also excited because it's just like, oh, I've been doing this regularly enough that I can justify buying a microphone. Embarrassing, but I'm gonna be real with you guys. I got the wrong one. It doesn't work with my phone, so I have to return it, which is a bummer, but I guess I'm gonna just have to do that. I'm gonna start reading this right now, like literally right now, as if this is a reading vlog, which it is not, but I am gonna sit and read this for at least like the next 20-30 minutes. I just want to get a little bit further in. The other thing I wanted to tell you guys, and my chair keeps, this chair is so old, but she's reliable. Anyway, so I like to, first of all, I like to collect bookmarks from the different local bookstores and independent bookstores that I go to when I travel. But also what I like to do is I don't really tab according to like a topic. I've done that in the past before. Just felt like it was a lot for me personally. So what I've actually started doing instead is I just pick one color for the book, put it on my bookmark, so as I'm reading I can just like grab one, put it wherever I want to put it. It's like much easier this way, and it's not like I'm carrying around like a huge pad of a bunch of different tabs. Let's read for a little bit.
When I'm with you, I know that it feels like home. I can't do it by myself. It's all I have. You make my match under my bed. I can hide it onto my
Last night I got a good chunk of writing done. I feel like no matter, and I'm sure a lot of people feel this way too, I feel like no matter how much work I get done, I constantly leave the day or like end the day feeling like I still didn't do enough. I was literally talking to one of my friends about this yesterday because I was just like, I some days will literally like wake up around 7 or 8 and sit down and work until like late in the day. And then like the breaks that I take are to make dinner or like shower or something like that. And still at the end of the day, I think because there's no finished product in front of me, or it never feels finished, I constantly leave feeling like, oh, I'm not done yet, and therefore I didn't do anything, like I didn't get anything done. And I know that my brain's being mean to me. Like I know that that's just a result of, like, let me just say it, capitalism and like hyperproductivity, expectations of like a hyperproductivity. For some reason, I can't escape the allegations that I haven't done enough. It's only fair to be reasonable to myself, and I have gotten a lot done. So I just finished filming the intro to my reading vlog. I'm going to be reading these 3 books. They're books that I've been wanting to read for a while. Other reading updates, so I think I mentioned The Stolen Heir a while ago. And it's been so slow paced, but that I've been struggling finishing it. Like I've actually been struggling finishing it. So I'm hoping to force myself to sit down and read. The update, I think I'm gonna spend the rest of today getting work done. I'll see you guys later. It is Saturday and I've gotten a lot of work done so far. Okay, looks like we're in the clear. I've gotten a good amount of work done today. It does not feel like a Saturday for some reason. It does not feel like the weekend. Like I showed you guys, I've like put all the chapters up, and then I've also put like other literally cut up pieces of paper, and then I wrote on it, I highlighted it, and I have sticky tack that I've been using to kind of see like what I need to do. And I think at this point it's safe to say I've gotten to like 1/4 of the progress. Like I've gotten through 1/4 of it. And what I will say is I'm kind of relieved because it hasn't felt like it. I think it helped putting it up there, and what I've been doing to kind of mark my progress is every time I finish editing one of the chapters, I take it down, and so I'm kind of seeing like a measure of progress in front of me. So it's been actually really useful. I did some more writing today. I've been having a hard time like sitting down, like giving myself time to sit down and like actually like read. So more than like 30 minutes a day maximum, and some days like I haven't even done it a little bit. So because it's the weekend and because I did get some work done, I'm going to take some time to read The Stolen Heir because I really want to finish it. Like it's been in my currently reading list for the last like month or 2, I think, or maybe longer. I need to finish it, and I'll tell you guys a little bit about it too once I'm done, because I do have some thoughts, but like, yeah. So I'm gonna try, fingers crossed, I finish Stolen Heir this weekend. Hello. Okay, first of all, side note, I'm gonna level with you guys. I don't love the eyeliner around the eyes. You've probably noticed that I've been experimenting with my makeup all week, and I think that I should point that out because it's obvious and it's part of my week. I think I liked a couple of the other ones better. Anyway, I'm just here to wrap up the vlog. People are shoveling outside. Actually, they're plowing outside. Okay, we're back. As you guys saw, after I got back from my travels, it really was just being home a lot, teaching, writing, reading, which thankful for that. I don't mind ordinary weeks, especially after reading Upstream by Mary Oliver. I did finish 3 books this week, which I'm really excited about. 2 of them were audiobooks. One of them was a Kindle read, and I think you guys might have seen it, but I found this sticker when I was in Arizona, and I just like absolutely love this one. It's my favorite sticker I've ever found. I finished Stolen Air, returned it to the library, finally finished it. I think the biggest problem I had with Stolen Air is that it had a pretty lengthy sagging middle. The beginning and the setup was really interesting to me, and I really wanted to read at that point. And the ending, once things started picking up again, I was locked in, like reading, and I really liked the ending, although I had some like other issues with it. The middle was kind of what lost me for a while, and I think the biggest note I have from this book is that I think that if I hadn't read The Cruel Prince and I didn't love that series so much, I probably wouldn't have liked this book. Part of the reason I like this book is because of the fact that I like The Cruel Prince, which I don't think is a great thing, because obviously anyone who hasn't read The Cruel Prince, if they were to pick this up, there's like less of a likelihood that they would enjoy it, depending a lot on The Cruel Prince and like readers' knowledge of that story to carry them through this one. I also am still reading Parable of the Sower. This is taking me a little longer because it is a physical book. And just like with Stolen Air, I have had like less time this week to just sit and read and just like pour myself into a book. I've been, you know, either writing / planning, lesson planning, whatever, teaching, or, you know, listening to an audiobook and doing like chores and driving and whatever. I really depended on audiobooks to get me through the week, which I'm happy about. I think that that's like a huge benefit of audiobooks. With that said, I listened to 2 audiobooks this week. I just finished this morning Animal Farm by George Orwell. This was a reread for me. I have read it before. I enjoyed rereading it. I just wanted to kind of revisit the story. In like 1 or 2 sentences, Animal Farm is about a bunch of animals on a farm who they revolutionize against the farmer and try to kind of take ownership of the farm and create their own laws and create their own system and kind of work together to share the profits and and also share the work and whatever. Ugh, sorry, this is so distracting. Snowy days are just like that. It makes a lot of good points about change and revolution and idealism, and also who holds the power. I mean, one of the biggest things that obviously comes through is this idea of literacy and knowledge giving more power to the people who can read and write, because the other animals who weren't literate, who couldn't read and write, couldn't learn their letters, were dependent on the pigs and the few animals who could read and write. It's very short too, but yeah, I was just revisiting that. Really glad I reread that. I was just really looking for something that would get me thinking, and that definitely did. The book that I listened to / read via audiobook was Everything I Know About Love by Dolly Alderton. This is a memoir about her life, about her friendships. It kind of talks about a lot of different things, and obviously because like people's lives are vast and different and colorful of different experiences, right? The main point that she leaves the reader with is that love isn't just something you find in your romantic relationships, and this emphasis of kind of acknowledging the unique love that you get from your friend. Obviously, specifically for Dolly, she's talking about her female friends. Really quickly before the noise comes back, because I just can't do this anymore. It's about grief, it's about love, it's about life, essentially, and she does a really good job. She's a very strong writer, and I personally liked her memoir more than I did Good Material. So yeah, it's Sunday. I think I already said that, but in case I didn't, that's the end of my week. That's a full week in my life, plus the bonus of like Arizona stuff. Thank you for watching and for following along. Hopefully it was fun. Let me know if you like these. Sometimes I feel like they're kind of too yappy because I don't do much other than like reading and writing. But yeah, I will hopefully see you guys in another video very soon. Have a good rest of your week, or have a good upcoming week. And yeah, see you guys soon. Bye.